hot ones, but not hot ones. What would we call this? You know what? I would technically call this hot ones because if you couldn't tell, we're like just dripping sweaty. You know, I'll just call this mga mainit with Dre.
Ang maiinit.
Ang maiinit.
With Dre.
With Dre. What is happening, guys? My name is Dre. I'm here with my buddy, my good friend, Jappy Agoncillo.
What's up?
If y'all don't know him, I'll put his links here, or like a montage of this stuff he's done. If you don't know him, you should know him. He's one of the biggest and best local artists here in the Philippines. He's had a lot of murals as well, a lot of establishments here. Mm-hmm. But today, I'm here to interview an entrepreneur in and of itself, like his own kind of way. Because I don't want to go the usual route with people, not my piece of paper, but like people who have their own businesses, because technically people like Jappy are entrepreneurs in their own, and their service or the product being themselves. Also, forgive me for my voice, I'm really sick right now, and I'm all the way in Pasig because we love you, sir. This is for you.
I love you, sir.
Yeah. So what we're basically going to do today is, to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to ask him interview questions. And while we're answering that, we're going to be drawing something. Yeah. And it's going to end up kind of being like a who drew it better kind of thing. These things that we're drawing actually came from our friends, people we knew.
Oh, okay, so they suggested the drawings.
They thought it'd be fun to kind of make it escalatingly difficult.
Oh, okay.
So the first one is actually really simple. Okay. We're going to be drawing a banana.
Oh my god.
Yeah. First question, of course.
Should I start now?
We'll start right after. We'll do 1, 2, 3, go.
First
First question is, for those people who don't know, Jappy did graduate from Del Sol University with legal management.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people would wonder, since he already spent all that time in college to finish that degree, why did you choose to pursue becoming a full-time artist as opposed to pursuing maybe law or anything related to your course?
Okay.
Yeah, and now we begin.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So this is actually harder than it looks to answer at the same time.
Yeah.
But basically, my heart just wasn't in legal management. Legal management was, I enjoyed it. I loved studying it. I loved learning about it. It was very interesting, and it's still helpful to this day. I just don't believe that it was the route I should have taken. It wasn't what my heart was telling me to take.
All right. Well, I mean, you did mention it is helpful to you today, which I'd imagine would be because I mean, you working with a lot of clients, I'd imagine a lot of contracts involved.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and it helps to know what you're getting into and to know that you're being treated fairly. And I guess your knowledge from legal management definitely does help with that.
Of course, yeah. Like whenever I ask for clients, I like to think that they can't scam me as easily as they would with other freelancers, because a lot of clients expect artists and freelancers to not know anything. Yeah. And so whenever they give me some unfair stuff, like they email me and I read something sketchy, I can challenge it and tell them, I know what this is, why are you telling me to do this? Why are you asking me for this? So in a way, it also helps me with my job. So it's all encompassing. It's not like I wasted it. I feel like I'm still using it.
Which is good, because I mean, it's always good to know that, like you said, it didn't feel like a waste of your time.
I don't feel at all.
Yeah, that it's legal management, and again, it always helps to know. I mean, to all of those aspiring artists or entrepreneurs out there, or people getting all these kinds of clients in the same kind of line of work, it's always good to know your rights. Always, and if you don't know how to read your contracts properly, look for somebody who does. Maybe Jappy might be able to.
Don't ever be scared of asking for help, especially with legal stuff, because you don't know if you're signing away the rights to your work. You might be signing away, more money than you should be getting. You could be losing a lot just because you were too scared to ask. So don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, and in the same lane, because like for those who don't know, and you know this, I do voiceover work for companies commercially and also hosting, and I always tell people that it's, like you said, never be afraid to ask, especially also when it comes to like talent fees. Yeah. If you feel like you are worth more than what they're offering you, it never hurts to ask. Definitely.
Yeah, and tell them, well, actually, this is my talent fee.
Because you'll never know. They might say yes. Yeah. And if they say no, just okay. Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
It's okay to say no sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you're not getting the fair fight, if you say no, it's not against you. You're respecting yourself. It's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess does it for that question. Are you ready with your banana?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like
ready with my banana.
You know what? I did more decent than I thought I would. We'll reveal in 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's mine right there. Well, similarities wise, I like how we both went for like the dark spots.
Of course, it has to be as photorealistic as possible.
Yeah, and we both went with the lines. You have like we all both have 2 lines.
That's right.
But we're facing like different directions.
All right, cool.
So up to the next question and the next thing to draw. All right, so next question we got is, I mean, it's a very generic question. What would you say is your main inspiration for your art style?
My art style.
Oh wait, before we continue that, I forgot we had to start with it. We got to draw.
Okay.
Right. That's the whole point of this video. A friend of ours figured it would be a great idea to go escalatingly difficult, but she went 0 to 1,000 real quick. So she wants us to draw a hand. Banana to hand real quick, right?
Cheat.
Yeah, but like a hand doing this. Like that. Like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, but like facing forward, like an I love you kind of thing.
Okay, like this. Well, my main inspiration, as you know, is that I'm a big fanboy of things surrounding me. You see a lot of these comic books and these toys.
Actually, a lot of this.
A lot of good stuff. And so I think because I was a comic book geek first and I read a lot of comics when I was a kid, it just kind of started out that I would draw comics. You know, like all these superheroes and these movies and all that. It really just bled into the things that I love, and you know, the rest is history. When you're an artist, you always start with the things you love. You're never going to be like, I want to be an artist, and then start drawing things you hate. So whenever I feel kind of burnt out, like I don't want to do any more client work, or I'm getting pissed off with all the requests and all the weird stuff, I take a break and I go back to drawing the things that I love. Like what have I seen recently that I want to draw, you know, just something that is just for me. Just nothing I don't have to show to the world. It's just for me.
Just like in your little sketch
and
pad.
It refreshes you quite a bit. You're like, okay, I remember why I do this. I remember that this is what I love to do. Yeah. And that my job doesn't necessarily define the work that I make. Yeah. My job is a means, but this is what I love.
I can imagine some clients are a little bit more hands-on than others.
Hands-on's a good word.
Yeah, right.
It's a nice way.
It's a nice way to put it. Like hands-on meaning, for those people who are not catching our drift, I guess. Let's say they ask you to draw something and you give them a draft of it. They kind of, can you do it more in this style, or can you do it more in this way?
They always want to change it based on what they want to see. A lot of the big problem is that clients hire artists, but they don't want to listen to artists.
To the artists.
It's like, we want someone to do this for us. What's your expert opinion? I give my expert opinion,
you're like, nah.
No. How about listen to us? And like, you hired me for a reason, but okay.
Yeah, so it becomes less of they're hiring you for
my ability, and then they just want me as a hired hand.
Yeah, it's like somebody who can execute.
Yeah, it's like they forget why they hired a professional in the first place.
Yeah,
it's tough, but you know, that's the job.
To follow up to that, following everything that you believe in, would you say that your art is? Would you call it a success?
It's a work in progress. I always say this in all other interviews. Like, people always ask me, "What's your favorite work? Yeah. What's your best work? What are you most proud of?" And I say my best work is the next one.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
My favorite work is whatever's coming next, and then after it's done, it's my least favorite work.
Is that really how?
Yeah. When I'm doing it, it's like I want this to be my favorite work. I become obsessed with the project. That every line, every color, every little dot has to be perfect. And when I'm done with it, I see all the mistakes and I see all the imperfections, and suddenly I start hating it and I start obsessing over what comes next. Yeah. Because, you know, for me, I'm never satisfied with my work. I think it's just the artist curse.
Yeah, I mean, any creator in that,
you become obsessed with something, and when you're done, all you see are the imperfections, and you say, I gotta make something better than this.
Yeah, like learn from all this mistakes.
And then you make something new. So that's my answer to that. Like, my work, I guess it's a work in progress to becoming a success. I don't know if I'll ever see it that way. Yeah. But I think people will see it that way.
Yeah, that's actually a great way of looking at it, and a great way of always keeping yourself moving forward and looking forward. Yeah. It should have been enough time for us to reveal our drawings.
Yeah, definitely.
Mine is definitely, it looks more like an alien's hand.
Hey, we never specified the
race or the species.
Species of the hand.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1. That's mine right there.
Not bad. See?
Oh, hey, dude. I mean, yours. Yeah. I mean, we went with the different styles. Yeah. Like yours is more kind of in the comic.
Like I was just
doodling. Yeah. I think my guy's like my guy needs a little bit more like a hand cream. He's got little wrinkles there.
It's fine.
It's not bad. He's got little fingernails too. So I think not too bad.
Not too bad.
You
did really well.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now we're down to our last question. Now, before I tell you what the last question is, I'll have to tell you the last thing we're going to be drawing.
Oh, yeah.
And I figured it'd be really fun if we drew each other.
Yep. So
yeah, I really hope I don't butcher these amazingly good looks.
Me neither.
The last question, I guess, would be, as a full-time freelance artist, that is the thing. Jappy just explained to me that he's freelance, that he's not tied down.
Yeah.
But he's full-time also.
That's all I do.
It's all he does. He doesn't do anything on the side. So it's a full-time freelance artist. I guess a lot of people, I mean, in the same vein as any kind of creative or content creator, people always get so much flack about how, you know, you're having it so easy. All of us here are doing 9-to-5 jobs, you know, working our butts off, and you're just at home making videos, you know,
drawing
at home. You just sit at home, draw, you get paid and whatever. And I think that a lot of people need to be more educated in what actually goes down. Especially people think that the bigger you get, it's just the more you get paid, and that, you know, they don't realize that the bigger you get, the more liabilities come in.
Yeah, there's a lot more work going into getting bigger. You think like fame is just, it's not a step ladder type thing. It's more like a real uphill climb with your hands.
Yeah, actually, we should probably start drawing.
Oh, we should start drawing.
Yeah, we should probably start drawing now. All right, so continue.
So, okay. Yeah, it's not really as easy as you think. There's a lot of hustling that comes with it. And I'm not gonna go and say, oh, I have it worse than others, or I have it better than others. I just want people to kind of get the context of what I do. It's very hard. It's very disheartening to hear people just say it's nothing. It's like, hey, you're just drawing in your room. You're just painting for this and that. But no, like any other business, I have to register. You have to, I get taxed.
At the BIR.
At the BIR, I have to get taxed.
Yeah.
I still have to do all the adult things. It's not just, you know, I have savings accounts, like all adults. I have insurance. I have to get insurance, especially since I'm not employed. I don't get any benefits.
Yeah, that's true. It's like all the SSS, PhilHealth. You don't really get any of that.
Yeah, I don't get any benefits from my job. I have to do everything by myself.
Yeah.
Plus, taxes are higher when you're a professional. If you're registered as a professional, you get professional tax, which I think is 10%.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Another thing is that I don't earn more or less than others. It's the work that goes into it is that I have to find work. That's
true.
That's the thing people don't get, is that it's kind of really entrepreneurial in a sense, because you have to really run around finding the work. It's not gonna come to you. It's not being an employment. It's not being employed. Where you're employed, where you come into work, they give it to you, you finish it at the end of the day, you go home, you watch Netflix.
Yeah, like you know what to do, and
you know exactly what to do.
Although, you know, we're not knocking 9-to-5 workers, because that's crazy
Mad
hard
respect.
work.
Yeah, but I want people to respect also what I do, is that it's not just drawing and having fun after. It's really, after I draw, what's the next project? Where's the next paycheck coming from? Where am I gonna get the money to pay for my bills and my food and everything for the next coming? It's almost like you don't get to sit down and rest.
Because you're always working.
Because you always have to find what's the next. Where am I gonna get this next? Where am I gonna get that next? And also, you know, as a career, it's not really something you can rest at. Yeah. Aside from the actual financials of it, when you're really career focused, it's really like, I need the next paycheck. Again, it's not gonna come to you. Yeah, it's not set. It's not set in stone. It's never sure. Being a freelancer, you always have a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of fear. Always comes with a little bit of fear, because if you don't hustle the next day, if you decide to laze around a lot more, you'll get less. Reach a point where it becomes easier to find work. Yeah. But it doesn't come without working so hard before getting to that point. Yeah.
And people always forget that, like you said, it's not just drawing. Because sometimes, let's say in Jappy's case, he'd have to make some drafts. Like, for example, if somebody wants them to make a mural, he's going to have to make a draft for that mural, send it over, and sometimes they're not completely happy with it.
No, you know, it's also you have to deal with a lot of pain in the butt. So it's not as breezy as it looks. It is extremely fun, but it's not as easy.
Yeah, it's a lot more work than people give it credit for. I'd imagine.
I just want people to kind of see that we also do work. It's not just sitting around. Yeah, it's just something that it hurts sometimes when people come up to you. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, what kind of dumb job is that? You paint? Like, what's that? No one cares." For me, it's like, wait, I work too. You know,
and it's hard work.
It's hard work.
Itself, yeah.
I do my work. I'm proud of my work. And it's not the same style of work that you do, but it still works. The truth is sometimes I wish I had like a normal job. I wish I had gone that route.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the real instability and the insecurity of like, where's my next gig gonna come from?
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets to you, but then you remind yourself that, you know, you chose this job, you love this job.
Yeah.
You better do the work that it entails.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes I wish I had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's because it's a much better route, but I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Dude, I can imagine. I mean, you always want to do what you love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's what really at the end of the day makes you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
People, if you guys are watching and you're thinking, you know, the job I want is not as stable as everyone says. Well, if you love it, go for it. And do the work that it entails. Because it will always be fruitful.
Although, I mean, I would say, though, that let's say you're already working and you want to delve into a more kind of like something entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Don't just quit your job and drop it.
No.
Yeah, like just test the waters. And then the moment that you feel that it's stable, and you know you can support yourself.
Never go into this kind of line of work, whatever it is, creatives or any freelance work, without doing your research and
R&D,
planning it out.
R&D,
It took me years. I was in college when I started.
Yeah,
it took years of really failing at both the job and college.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I mean, all jobs have its pitfalls. You know, there's the mundanity, the routine of 9 to 5, but the stability is great.
Yeah.
While in freelance, you know, it's an adventure, definitely. It's a roller coaster ride.
I can imagine, yeah.
It's stressful as hell, but you have that. You're fulfilled in your passion.
At the end of the day, it's worth it.
That's worth it. I find it worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, no other job I think no other job suited me, and this is why I chose this.
Yeah.
So in the end, do what you love.
Yes, dude. I mean, it's not bad. You look more like Tupac.
Oh, I'd love to look like Tupac.
1, 2, 3.
I do look like Tupac.
Dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the shape of your head, if I drew it too thin. Or is your nose too
You gave me a really long nose.
Yeah, because when you looked down to draw, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the image I want.
Yeah.
And then you moved.
Well, I was
like,
I went with the cartoon route. He looks like a Peanuts character.
Dude, that's actually I would make that's a Peanuts me. I would say that is pretty accurate. And I like the little shots that.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was a Fairly Odd Parent, that would be my crown.
It would be
So hopefully y'all enjoyed this little kind of interview. Hot ones, but not hot ones. What would we call this? So I would technically call this hot ones because if you couldn't tell, we're like just dripping sweaty.
Yeah.
Because
in between takes, we're eating spicy wings.
Yeah. So you know, I'll just call this mga mainit with Drei.
Ang maiinit.
Ang maiinit
with Drei.
With Drei. That about does it. Again, this is Jappy Agoncillo. If you don't know him, if you don't follow him yet, all his details will be here. It's just at Jappy Lemon.
It's at Jappy Lemon. And Jappy Agoncillo Art on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, and if you want to get him for your murals or artworks or just buy his stickers, you just hit him up on
Please
Instagram.
Please do.
Yeah. Thank you so much again for having
thank
us.
you.
Yeah, we're actually in Jappy's room. You know what? I forgot to mention that, sir. We're in Pasig right now.
They are.
We went to Jappy's house. It's good production value. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, mga crocodile. Rock. All right. I think that's good. Yeah. There you go, sir.
Okay.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Nice question.